Am I the asshole for changing my mind about getting my girlfriend a gold necklace? For context, it was my GF's birthday a few days ago and I got her a cute necklace, which I thought was quite nice. I learned from TikTok that a lot of girls only wear like one metal, and I know she wears silver or green. She seemed to like it as it didn't have any hearts or stars or stuff she doesn't like. Yesterday, she asked me if I like silver. I said, honestly, not particularly. I have always preferred gold, and tend to get my friends gold stuff. She didn't seem to like this answer, and asked if I usually get my friends gold jewelry. I said that I didn't often, because jewelry is expensive and most of my friends are guys who don't wear jewelry. The only people I buy jewelry for are her and two of my close friends. She, then, asked about what jewelry metal I get them. I told her that, one of my friends, emo boy, liked black and silver, so I, sometimes, get him black and metal things. Whereas, my friend Goldie usually gets gold. My GF, then, told me she also wanted gold. I said that was cool, not a problem, and offered to get it replaced myself. I told her that I had just thought she preferred silver, green aesthetic stuff. She said that, yes she does prefer that, and that's why we should get white gold. Here's where I may be the ass. I blurted out that that was stupid, why pay more money for the same color? It didn't make sense. She said it wasn't fair for Goldie to get gold and for her to get silver. She was my girlfriend, and it made her feel second place to Goldie. I said that this was a dumb reason, and that I wasn't paying for her to get the necklace replaced with a gold version just because of her ego. She got mad at me for getting her hopes up, and I agreed she could have the necklace in normal gold or silver. She said that wasn't fair and she'd never wear yellow gold. I don't think I'm an asshole here. But then again, it is her birthday gift, so would I be the asshole if I didn't get it the way she wanted it? Edit. Goldie and EMOBOY are both men. I wouldn't commit to buying white gold. In fact, I would probably take jewelry off the table for now. It seems to have the joy sucked out of it. It's a gift, not a negotiation. Not the asshole. Let me guess, teenagers? Gonna say nah. However, there is a difference between white gold and silver in terms of longevity. I get a lot of white gold because using silver wipes to get rid of tarnish drives me mad. Long term, white gold can need replating, but I've never had to do this to date. I think you are being a bit daft by saying, silver or gold, only. I can't imagine telling my partner he can only have A or B for his birthday as C costs the same as A. I think the real issue here is that you're buying pricey jewelry for people who aren't her. If Goldie is a girl, then you are the asshole. Don't buy women who aren't your woman gold. Not the asshole. What your girlfriend meant to say was, I buy the cheaper stuff for myself but I expect you to buy the expensive stuff for me. This is dumb as hell. You got her the necklace she liked and now she's pissed because your friend got a nicer one. Weird. Am I the asshole that I will not give my brother my medication? Background. I, 30F, and my brother, 36M, are on the same antidepressant, yay for genetics. We both suffer from anxiety. My brother has failed to request his prescription on time, which means he is going without his daily tablet for a few days. This is at least the fourth time I've been asked to give him some of mine. I always have in the past. The trouble is, when I have given mine to him in the past, I am then left short for a day or two. My mum always favorably brother's needs over mine despite him being a grown man, and having a family of his own. I voiced my concerns that if I give him some of mine, again, it means I'm going without for however many days I give him, because my doctor only gives me the exact amount I need to last me 8 weeks before I can get more. My mum has fell out with me, and essentially called me selfish. My brother is high up in the company he works for, so I struggled to see a reason he forgets to order his prescription other than he can rely on asking me. Am I the asshole? Not the asshole. Your brother's inability to renew his prescription medicine is his problem. Also, you and your brother are both in your 30s. Why is your mother involved in this at all? Not the asshole. Those are your medications, not his. Most pharmacies offer delivery services, blister packs and online or telephone ordering for refills, and they'll also offer early refills to cover you for vacation or business trips. Usually a spouse can pick up medication as well. It's his job to look after himself. Does he give you the number of tablets he borrows from you once his RX is refilled? If he's not doing that, then he's the real asshole for stealing your medication, and so is your mom for enabling him and bullying you. First, your brother is a grown adult with a grown adult job. He can do it himself or go without. Second, it is illegal to share medications. I suspect the anti-anxiety med is controlled, benzo, which means he is overusing his medication, further suggested by the fact that he doesn't pay you back when he fills his. This is a seriously risky behavior as it jeopardizes your prescription and care, and you are completely enabling him in what at best is incredibly irresponsible behavior and at worst an addiction or abuse of medications, which could also be criminal activity. Put up boundaries, he's 37 not 17. Auto refill is an option for a reason. He has the money, just don't want to make the effort. Reminders on the phone calendar. Stop enabling his behavior at the cost of your money and prescription. Obviously not the asshole. Your meds are your meds, his meds are his meds. You don't have to set yourself on fire to keep someone else warm. Well, it's probably illegal. And if it's a common med, which it sounds like it is, it's one phone call and a trip to the pharmacy for him. I would let mom know that she needs to do a better job of watching her son. Am I the asshole for throwing away a plate of food over relish? I, 25F, was invited to have dinner with my parents. We were having a simple dinner of hamburgers and hot dogs on the grill. Fries, chips, you know, the classics. After everything was prepared and cooked, we set it all up on the counter as grab-and-go bar. Lettuce, onions, tomatoes, chili, and relish. Now, I love pickles, but I really don't like relish. I had it once and it hurt my stomach, so I just don't eat it. I don't like it, so I don't eat it. Simple. I'm not a picky eater either, I just don't waste time eating foods I know I don't or won't like. I'm open to trying foods, but not anything I know I won't like. Example, I don't like seafood, so I don't try different fish. I don't care to eat any type of seafood, so I don't even bother. I'll give some preface here, my dad is the type to try and get someone to try something, specifically me. He's always telling me, you need to just try it for me, why won't you just try it? And so on. It really gets on my nerves and frustrates me because I don't know why he won't just let it go. We've gotten into arguments over foods I refuse to be pressured into trying or eating. I'm not going to eat something I don't like or know I won't like. At dinner, while I'm putting my preferred toppings on my burger, my dad approaches me with a jar of homemade relish. I already knew what was coming. He put a little bit on a spoon and said, "Try this, it's homemade." I politely declined as I tried to continue making my plate. He then proceeded with, "Come on, just try it." I told him flat out no. I could tell he was getting frustrated with me as he put the spoon closer to me. "Why won't you just try it?" he said. I looked at him and with a bit of anger in my tone, I said, "I'm not going to try it. I don't like relish." He then proceeded to say, "You haven't had homemade relish. It will change your mind." I was growing a lot more angry at this point because I don't know why it's such a big ideal. Why he's determined to make me try things I don't want. I finally just said loudly that I'm not going to eat the relish. He began arguing with me, saying he doesn't understand why I'm getting so angry and frustrated. He then proceeded to put a glob of relish on my burger and tell me I need to try something for once. This angered me. Now, I'm not the type to waste food and I know I could have just scraped it off and made my burger again, but I was fuming at this point. I decided to throw my entire plate of food in the trash. This prompted an argument of me wasting food and overreacting. I wasn't going to stay and put up with the overwhelming arguments, so I just left afterwards. Am I the asshole for throwing away my plate of food? Not the asshole. This wasn't about food. It's about him trying to control you. You're an adult. You have the right to choose what you eat. No explanations necessary. I'll give you a reply I once used on my dad when he was pressuring me to eat something I didn't want. Gasp, "Dad, you said when a boy is pressuring me, no means no." Not the asshole. Not the asshole. Your father was significant other pushy. It's not like you're 4 years old and he's supposed to get you to try things. He was so inappropriate, over the top. What's wrong with him? And then of course he tries to blame you for it. Not the asshole. That was your burger to eat or not eat as you wanted. Yes, throwing it away was a waste but not an asshole move. Repeatedly insisting you had to eat something you didn't want and then trying to force you to eat it is an asshole move. Your dad needs to watch the tea and consent video. No means no, even for relish. Adults are allowed to have food preferences and food needs. Side note. I love pickles. I hate chutney. Someone needs to learn to respect a no, even if it comes from their children. The dad-daughter dynamics you have with your father needs to be addressed, especially around food. Not the asshole. But you could have put the burger in his plate and taken his and told him he should be happy you don't want any relish as there is more for him. Nothing burns my ass like someone trying to make me eat something I don't like. I would probably have acted much worse than you did. Am I the asshole? My potential new roommates are trying to make me pay some of their rent. I was planning to move into a house and told by one of the roommates, my friend, that rent was $900 plus utilities for my portion. However, I later met with the property manager who told me the total rent, which split 4 ways, me plus the other 3 roommates, would be $825. I asked my friend about it and he said she forgot to mention, but since their old roommate left they had to sign a new lease which caused all of their rents to increase. Therefore, to avoid the increase being as large, they added some of the rent onto the new roommate's rent. The room I would be taking is not the biggest and they think it is fair because they have been there for a few years and have had controlled rent, and $900 is still a reasonable price. I am sort of annoyed by this because 1. My friend did not tell me about it. 2. It isn't my fault their rent went up or that they had to resign. 3. They've just been splitting the rent of the empty room, so my joining would already lower their rent. 4. While $900 may be reasonable, it isn't if I'm the only one paying it. 5. My rent is also going up from my old place and they have just decided to make it more. I'm not sure who is justified here. I feel as though they hid it from me and should have let me know from the start. I asked them to consider lowering my rent since they're just choosing a price and explained why I think it is unfair. I am waiting for a response. Am I the asshole here? Not the asshole. Fair isn't making you shoulder their rent increase. They should have been upfront from the start. Transparency is key in any shared living situation. Stand your ground. Nope. Back out if it's not too late. You'll be resentful for the rest of that lease knowing you're paying more than anyone else. Not the asshole. Not the asshole, do not move in. There could be far more they haven't told you about. Also, since they have done this, you know you can't trust them when it comes to money. Go find somewhere else that doesn't fail to mention this sort of stuff. You will always be the one with the least amount of say and the one ganged up on in any disagreements if you move into a situation where they already agreed as a whole to take advantage of you being the newest person. It's not going to only manifest in the rent payment. Not the asshole, but I wouldn't move forward unless it's your only option. Info needed. The property manager said the total rent was $825? Or they said the equal split was $825 per room. If you are coming into a new place where others have already paid the first, last, deposit and all the utilities and lease agreements are under their name, that has to be considered too. I don't know where you live, but where I live it would be impossible to get a multi-bedroom place for $825 per month total. $900 a year is what it equates to a year. So essentially you are wasting a month's rent by paying the $75 extra.